Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So as you can probably already see, we've got some really cool stuff to check out in this video. Starting off with the greatest NASCAR driver to ever live, in my opinion. Some people may argue that, but we've got Dale Earnhardt's 2000 NASCAR season Chevy Monte Carlo. Now this is from, here we can see that, Action, I guess is the brand name there. So this is the, it's got the frame with the removable body. Very detailed model. Very cool. The one thing I am noticing already, I don't know if you can see it too well on camera, but the packaging is like yellow. So wherever this thing was, it was either probably in somebody's house who smoked quite a lot. So that's kind of gross. We've also got his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr. This is his 2003 NASCAR season car. Also a Monte Carlo. Pretty much the same car as the 2000, but this one is not the removable body. This one actually has a stand underneath, and I took a peek under there. It does have security screws that are the little triangle bit, and I don't have any of those, so that might stay on its stand and in its packaging for a little while, just because the package on this one isn't too smoke ruined and nasty. We've also got a 1990 Chevy K5 Blazer lifted from the Greenlight All-Terrain Series number 13 down there. I have been wanting this one for quite a while. I finally saw it in the store, and I absolutely could not resist. This thing is so cool, and it's finally, this is what, our third K5 Blazer. This is a 1990, so it's got the cool headlights and everything, the split beam headlights. We've also got a 1978 GMC Van Dura custom with a gas pump there. It's not a specific gas pump. It's just a gas pump. So this is Series 4 from the hobby shop. I did see this online, and I grabbed it just because it's a really cool looking van. So we'll get into that later in the video. But I know we are all very anxious to check out, well, at least I know I am, to check out this two-piece Dale Earnhardt car. So what's really cool about this is I don't even have to pause the video. These boxes on these, both this one and the Dale Jr. car, they're kind of resealable. So you can just open them up and take everything out of the box. There we go. And yeah, you can see how like yellow and disgusting that is, and it smells like cigarettes. Gross. Anyway, I'll get this all out of its packaging here. So there we go. And we'll get it up onto the lift. I'll bring the lift over. Hang on one second for me. There we go. There's a bit of better camera angle. And I did have to kind of clip the body on there. Oh, and I forgot to open the hood. So there is the... Oh, okay. The hood doesn't want to stay open, but it does in fact open. So first, we'll take a look at the car from the outside. Yeah, Dale Earnhardt was the greatest NASCAR driver ever to live. 7 championships under his belt. You know, if you ask anybody, they'll either say Richard Petty or Dale Earnhardt was the greatest. In my opinion, Dale was the greatest. That's what I was, you know, raised to know. So, yeah, 7 NASCAR championships. He started in 1975, I believe was his rookie year, but he didn't see his first win until 1979. That was the, I have it written down here, the Southeastern 500. That was his first win. Very cool car. I remember when I was a kid, my dad built a really detailed model of this exact same car, and I always thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I do have quite a few different Dale Earnhardt cars, or have had different Dale Earnhardt cars through my childhood. More often his Luminas, just because of my age and the years that I grew up in. But what's really cool about this car is, of course, we saw in the packaging you can remove the body to expose the extremely detailed chassis underneath. And I mean, they've got everything in there, down to the fire extinguisher in between the driver's seat and the roll cage. You can see the big chrome shifter there, so that's a 4-speed manual in these cars. There's your fuel cell in the back. I believe these are fuel hoses or something, or I'm sorry, not fuel hoses. I forget what these are, but these are little things that stick out of the windows. Your window net there, if you look on the dashboard, you can see the gauges have all been detailed in. Looks very, very cool. This is a plastic base, very rare in my collection, but it is a plastic base. Is it plastic? No, it is not. It's a metal base, and the pieces on top are plastic. You can see the separation between them there. So that's what it looks like underneath. Again, very detailed. You have the bottom of the engine and transmission detailed. The headers have been painted chrome. There's your big boom tubes. I'm gonna say that right. Trailing arms there. The axle's been detailed, and drive shaft and differential, and that bar going across is what's called a panhard or track bar. Keeps the axle centered under the vehicle, because these are solid rear axle cars. And of course, we've got Goodyear Eagle tires detailed in there. Coming around to the front is our engine. That is a 358 cubic inch V8. It's got 12-to-1 compression, 12.0 to 1 if you want to be specific. They were carbureted up until, oh god, it was pretty recent they went to fuel injection. NASCARs were carbureted for a while, but this is a, sorry, I didn't mean to shake the camera there. This is a 4-barrel that runs 830 cubic feet per minute. 725 horsepower this thing puts out. Absolute monster. It takes 20 quarts of oil. A little interesting little fact there. Quite an expensive oil change. So, absolute monster of a car. And this is the early 2000s, late 90s. So this is when NASCAR they were really fast, touching 200 miles an hour on the big super speedway tracks. And yeah, absolutely stunning looking car. So get the body pop back on there, and that just kind of slots on, and it's pretty easy to pop on and off, but you can pick the car up and it doesn't really fall out. So I like that a lot. Due to the condition of the plastic box on this, I may display this car in the case, whereas I might leave this guy in the box. So we take a quick look at the card, because that does come out. It has this little Dale Earnhardt collector card that might go up on the wall or something. There's Action, the Choice of Champions. Some interesting information there. Yeah, they don't really have a website on there. Oh, no, yeah, they do. GoRacing.com. Yeah, early 2000s. And this is the rest of the box. So if we take a look at the back here, just has a little bit of information about all this fun stuff. So anyway, we'll get that into our box and take another good look at this guy. I guess you can't really do a Dale Earnhardt video without talking about, you know, the worst day in NASCAR history, which was February of 2001. It was the beginning of the 2001 NASCAR series, the Daytona 500. On the last turn of the last lap, Dale Earnhardt was holding off third place because the whole day they had been trying to get Michael Waltrip, had never won a race before, and Dale told him, you know, today's plan is to get you a win. We're gonna get you to win the Daytona 500, and he did. Michael Waltrip won the 2001 Daytona 500, but in the last turn of the last lap of the 2001 Daytona 500, Dale Earnhardt got loose and went into the wall at about 200 miles an hour and tragically lost his life. And most people would consider that to be the worst day in NASCAR history. Absolute legend of a driver and absolute legend of a man. So, without getting too depressing, we'll get this absolutely beautiful replica of Dale Earnhardt's 2000 NASCAR Series car into our display case. And I wonder if we should just... hang on. So, we will get into our next car, which is Dale Earnhardt's son, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And this is his 2003 NASCAR Series Winston Cup Series car. So we'll get this guy out of the box. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, this does have those little triangle bit security screws on the bottom of this display piece here. So I may have to find something in my toolbox at work that I can get that out with, or I may just have to drill it out, but hopefully not. But or I may just leave it in the box, but we can look at it on the lift like this, which works out perfectly. That's actually like really perfect. Huh. Cool. So this is basically the same car that we just talked about. This is a 2003 Winston Cup Series car, so pretty much the same exact specs. The dimensions of these cars would be exactly the same, so height, width, length, wheelbase would be exactly the same as a regular production Monte Carlo of the same year. So that's pretty interesting. I guess that's kind of what makes them stock cars, although that's about the only thing that's stock about them. So very interesting. We have some detail under the hood there. Even the Budweiser sponsorship under the hood. So, as a kid, I remember having quite a few of Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s cars as well. I remember I showed a few of his later cars in a previous video. Here's one here. The Car of Tomorrow, as it was called back in 2007. So this would be an earlier Winston Cup Series car. Yeah, I never had a 1/64th scale Dale Earnhardt Jr. car with the Budweiser sponsorship on it. They would always say Dale or, actually I can show you. So in 2007 when Dale Earnhardt Jr. went to, the AMP Energy sponsorship, Casey Kane took the Budweiser sponsorship. And if you bought a toy car of Casey Kane's car, it would just say Casey Kane on the front, because they weren't exactly allowed to advertise alcohol. That being said, if you look on the back of this box, right here, the first line says, adult collectible not intended for sale to individuals under 21 years of age, because it does depict alcohol. So that's an interesting little bit of fun information about this toy car, I guess. This does not have a removable body like the Dale Earnhardt Sr. car did. But nonetheless, still a very cool looking car. Awesome to add to the collection. Did we talk about Dale Jr.'s seasons or anything? I don't think we did. I have some stuff written down here. So this is his 2003 car, 2003 Winston Cup Series car. He had 2 wins in 03 at Talladega and Phoenix, and then went on in 04, he won the Daytona 500 in 2004. His rookie year was 1999, and unfortunately he just retired in 2017, about 5 years ago. It was due to just a series of concussions over his career, just led him to, say, I'd rather leave this sport with my health, so probably a wise move. But nonetheless, another absolutely awesome NASCAR driver. And it's interesting. I guess my father grew up watching Dale Earnhardt Sr., whereas I grew up watching Dale Earnhardt Jr., so kind of an interesting comparison there. Very cool car. We will get that into the parking garage. I don't know what I'm going to do about this case. I may just leave this in the box for the time being, but we shall see. Get the card tucked away real quick. And we will start getting into our two not NASCARs for this video, and we'll get into the 1990 Chevy K5 Blazer. Okay, so here is our 1990 Chevy K5 Blazer. I absolutely love this thing. This is everything I love about Blazers, down to the split headlights of the early 90s model K5s. It's got a lift on it. The color is just right. I really do like this silver and red. And of course, as always with Greenlight and their a lot of their trucks, they do have the removable caps on the back. I absolutely love that. This is having some serious trouble sitting still in the lift, being that it is lifted. So on the door there, if you'll notice, being that this is a 1990, that was one of the first years that you would see a 1500 badge on the door there at the bottom of the door on that trim line, as opposed to a Silverado 10 badge on the fender. So this was after they started calling them the 1500s, 2500s, and 3500s, as opposed to C10, K10, K20, K30, things like that. We do have a nice big spare tire in the back. Full-size spare, that's nice to see. Somebody was prepared. A little trailer hitch on the back there, that's pretty cool. Get the cap back on. Very cool truck. So this, being that this is a 1500, you would either have a 305 or a 350 in there. I think it was a 305. We're losing focus again here. There we go, that's a little better. I have been trying to do this wide angle shot to help with the focusing issue, but this phone still has a mind of its own. Yeah, very good looking truck, as I said. I absolutely love the front end of these. The late 80s, early 90s K5s. I believe this front end style started in '89 with the split headlights, as opposed to the mid to late 80s or early to mid 80s, which had the dual beam on top of each other, or single beam, depending on the year. So we'll take a quick look at our card here. Well, let's take a look underneath the truck first. It does say 1990 Chevy K5 Blazer, used under license, and as always, Greenlight has their own little way of adding a lift kit to these trucks by adding almost a second axle on the bottom of the original axle. So we'll take a quick look at the card here. It is all-terrain. Here we go. Series 13, so a bit of an older one, so it was nice to find this guy in stores. Yeah, 2021, last year. So here is the rest of the series. 69 Ford Bronco Baja, 73 Datsun 510, 81 Jeep CJ7, that's pretty cool, CJ7. We've got our 1990 K5, 2020 Silverado RST Rally Edition, and 21 Ram 3500 Bighorn. Yeah, really nice truck. Really, really nice truck. So we will get him parked up in the parking garage. Did we check for a license plate? I don't think, yeah, nothing on that one. And we will get into our last vehicle for this video. We are getting up there on time. We did talk a lot about NASCARs. If you're not a fan of NASCAR, I assume you probably skipped to this part of the video. So this is our 1978 GMC Van Dura Custom with a gas pump. So we'll get that out of the box. Alright, so here's our 1978 GMC Van Dura Custom. Very cool van, kind of similar to the A-Team van, if you know what that looks like, how it had the wide body kit. Not wide body kit, but the, I guess you call it like ground effects down there. Really cool custom paint job on here. Bright orange wheels, but it kind of works with this, with the brown and orange and tan stripes. It's very, very obnoxious wheel color, but I think it kind of works here. Really, really cool looking van. There's a better focus. You can just about make out on the front left fender there's the GMC Van Dura badge. We just recently took a look at a Van Dura, however, that was the Indy 500 vehicle, the shuttle van or whatever it was. Little GMC logo back there on the back door. No license plate on this guy either. Tinted back windows, however they are actual plastic inserts, or glass if you will, as opposed to just being painted on like we've seen on some other vans. No cool murals or anything either, just those nice little stripes down the side. Looks really nice, nice and sharp. And then it does come with a little orange gas pump as well, so if I can show you that here. It just says gas on it. It doesn't, not like any specific station, but still really cool. Neat little piece for a diorama or something. Really sharp. See that tan interior in there. I like this stripe down the side. That looks really cool. Very 70s-esque. So we can take a quick look at our card here as well. It is one of the hobby shop ones, so it's got that like little awning on the box, which makes them really annoying to cut out. But we managed not to butcher it too badly. So this is from Series 4. This is a bit of an older series. I did find this one online, like I said. So the rest of the cars from this one are a 65 Shelby Cobra 427. That's pretty cool. 69 Chevy Camaro SS convertible with woman in dress. 1971 Volkswagen Type 2 panel van. Meh. The 78 GMC Van Dura, 2002 Nissan Skyline GTR R34. Meh. And classic Volkswagen Beetle with backpackers. Some cool stuff up at the top of the list there with that Shelby Cobra. I think I do have a similar Camaro from a hobby shop series. So we'll get that tucked away in there. We'll take one more good look at this guy. One thing I do want to look at real quick, underneath, the exhaust on this thing is pretty cool. So you can see it's a 2-into-4 with the quad tips out the side there in front of the rear axle. That's pretty cool. I bet this thing sounds badass. There's our 1978 GMC Van Dura right there. Very cool stuff. And I did move the K5 into the background there because it just looks cool. So lots of cool new Chevys in the collection today. So we'll get both of these guys into the parking garage for one last good look. So first off, we do have our 1978 Van Dura, GMC Van Dura again, looking very cool. Our 1990 K5 Chevy Blazer. And then upstairs we have the frame from Dale Earnhardt's car, all the framework and chassis, and the body of the number 3 Goodwrench Service Plus car. Very cool looking. And then, of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s 2003 Budweiser car. So, make sure if you enjoyed the video to leave a like, leave a comment. Make sure to hit the subscribe button too, and I will see you in the next video.